Hello everyone. Today we are doing a tier list of 90s and 2000s nostalgia stuff. For those of you that aren't aware, I was born in 2007, so I'm a little later on the spectrum, although I did grow up in a household with an absolute ton of stuff from the 90s, um, and a lot of early stuff. uh, my parents saved basically everything from their childhoods, and I grew up with a lot of older consoles, older toys, things like that. So I have nostalgia from basically everything from the 80s to like the 2010s. Um, but I found this tier list, and this looks like a lot of the stuff that I'm most familiar with. Um, just the consoles and stuff on here are very exactly what I had basically. So all this stuff is going to be fun to talk about.
Hi. This video is sponsored by me because I have to tell you that I have commissions and you can pay for them and give me money. Also, I have a Patreon, so if you can't afford the commissions, it's like $1 a month, you get yourself featured at the end of my videos. Also subscribe because I know where you live.
So the first up on here is this yo-yo. Now, I don't know if this is a yo-yo in particular, but I'm just thinking it's a yo-yo. um, I had a yo-yo in like 4th grade, and I ended up getting really stupidly good at it for a 4th grader. Um, and the only reason that I liked it so much is because we had this stupid presentation at our school that was a guy, and he was saying that like yo-yos can make you happy or something like that. It was like, don't be depressed because you could play with a yo-yo. Like something super stupidly weird. um so I think this should go in like the it's fine. It's like a good middle ground, but like it wasn't like a revolutionary thing that like changed my childhood. uh I think same goes for Mr. Potato Head. I had one mainly because of Toy Story, because I thought that the guy at Toy Story was cool, and I had like all the Toy Story toys. um but all right. Hungry Hungry Hippos. uh this is another thing that like it wasn't huge for me, like it wasn't that fun of a game. Like I would just like punch it, I guess. I don't know, like I just punch it and just like complain about not winning. I don't know, it wasn't really that great. Play-Doh. Now Play-Doh was something else. um I loved Play-Doh mainly because I liked sculpting stuff, but my issue is that I physically could not mix the colors together. I would freak out if I mixed any colors into each other. I couldn't do it. So I always made like monocolor things, and things that I did make out of multiple colors would never get taken apart. They'd just dry out and get thrown away. um I had a lot of like the Play-Doh playsets too. Those were really cool. I really like those a lot. So I put this into really like it was definitely a big thing. Now, okay. We all see the next thing on here, right? Lego. Like, I mean, is there any argument to be made against it? Like, Lego is really expensive now, but I still really like it. Like, I still buy Legos to this day occasionally. Not so much now that I'm in college and I can't really like have a lot of stuff in my room, but before I had every single Animal Crossing Lego set. I still do. They're at my house. I have every single Lego Animal Crossing. Because they're so cute. They're so fun. Like it's one of those sets that like I had to have it. Um Next up on here, Pokemon. So Pokemon is a really weird thing for me because until like 4th grade, I hated everybody that had Pokemon. Like I would make fun of them. Like I really, really did not like Pokemon. I just thought that it was just so boring, I guess. Like I don't know how to describe it. It was just one of those things that it was like I never wanted to play with it. Why would you? Like I didn't understand the concept of what Pokemon was for. And then in 4th grade, I was at some like summer camp or something, and before I left, I decided to buy my first pack of Pokemon cards. It was like a Pikachu Libre pack. I don't remember exactly what one it was or like what series it was, but it was, I don't know, would have been 2016, something like that. Almost a decade ago. But yeah, I bought that and then I loved it. It like amazing. For some reason it was just like I fell in love with it and I have no idea why. I started playing the games, I started watching the show, and I like binged the entirety of Indigo League. Um Crazy how much I liked it. So it has to go into love even though I hated it at first. It gotta go. This never had it. I've seen them before, but I never had it, and I don't really even know what it is fully. So Slinky, it's fine. I feel like it's one of those things that it's like you got a Slinky and every kid had one, you know, like you'd go to Chuck E. Cheese and you'd play the arcade game and you'd walk out with like the giant rainbow Slinky. Like it's just like one of the things that you get with like your last 100 tickets or whatever. This thing, I actually don't know what that is, to be honest. No clue. Furby. Now, I have an interesting story with Furbies because I had a love, then a hate, then a love again. So I loved them at first because I had the one where the eyeballs were screens. Um, I don't I don't remember what series it was or like what Furby does really, but it was very cool. And the reason I have it so like memorized is because it was, I believe it was either my birthday or Christmas. I was a small child. And I walked out and sitting underneath the tree was a Furby. Not even like wrapped or anything. He was just out, he was on, he was talking. And then later that day, it was gone. Like I left it somewhere and then I went back to get it and it wasn't there anymore. And my mom was like, "Oh, well, you should go find it." So I went and I found it, and there was two of them together and they were talking. So I got two Furbies for Christmas. Like I was the kid with two Furbies and they would talk to each other. It was so weird. It was so cool though. Like I loved them. I don't know, like it was such a fun thing. And then I started hating them. It wouldn't have been when Tattletale came out. Tattletale isn't old enough. Here, let's look up Tattletale quickly. Oh. 26. Tattletale's from 2016? Okay. What up? Okay. That. Sure. Wow. I was 9. It would have been before Tattletale came out, I think. But that is still crazy that it was that long ago. Um, uh, wow. Game's 9 years old. Dude, I remember watching videos on that game when it came out. Okay. Um, like watching the update video. It's 9 years ago. Okay. um, Furbies, really like. They were great. Wow. Sorry, I gotta explain my story. I started hating them when one day I was in my room. I had my Furby, and I was taking off my shirt, and while my shirt covered my eyes, the Furby died, and its eyes went black, and I saw it, and I ran away. I don't know why it scared me so much. It really terrified me. I think another one was that like one day I had it and I was playing with it and then the power went out or something like that, or like our house was great. At one of our old places that we lived, the power went out all the time, so it would have made sense if that's what it was. But I think something like that happened that scared the crap out of me. I really don't remember, but and then later I started liking them again because there was like a third series, or I don't know what it was, but there was another game. It came out like a mobile game or something like that, and I liked that one, not nearly as much as before, but I still think that they're cute. Um, it'd be the kind of thing that I would just keep on my shelf you know, like just behind me because I think they're cute. They're cool. Yeah, okay. Game Boy Color. Um, I don't know if you would call this a childhood thing. I was like, well, yeah, you probably would. I was like 12. Um, like 12, I got a Game Boy Color. It was the first Game Boy that I ever owned myself. And it was cool, you know, like I liked it. Um, I think that my issue is that I didn't mod anything back then because I didn't have any consoles. Like this was the thing that started me with modding consoles. I had a lime green Game Boy Color, and it was cool. And then I gave it to a friend, and I bought a different one. I don't remember why I did that, but regardless, it was cool. I really like it. I like Game Boy line, like the line in general. Just because, like, I think that I like the form factor of them a lot. I prefer the DMG, the original, over the color, but that's just like a thing of taste. And I ended up getting an original one like 2 years later, so yeah. Next up, Moon Shoes. Now, I never had Moon Shoes because I wanted them, because I don't know if it was like a YouTube video I saw or if it was like I saw them on TV once, because I'm pretty sure they had stopped selling for quite a while by the time I was like a kid that would want them. But my mom, I remember my mom specifically telling me that she would never get them for me, even if she like did find them somewhere she could buy them, she would never get them. You know, I was a little mad about that, but like I understand it now. I would have broken my ankles. As a child, I broke both my arms, so like, you know, probably would have broke my ankles too. Now, Game Boy Advance SP. I never had this. This is one of those things that like I have it now, but it wasn't like a childhood thing. I had a couple kids in elementary school, like friends of mine that had the SP. I had one friend that had the original and like a couple that had the SP. I think they probably got it from like older siblings or just like, you know, late. They got it later. There's still people buying the Switch and it's been out for 8 years. So yeah. I don't really like the form factor of the SP, honestly, but like, granted, I never had it as a child, so I can't really say much. I thought the kids that had them were cool. I had a DSi, and they thought that was cool, and I thought that their thing was cool, because mine had 2 screens and theirs had 1, and for some reason I found that cooler. I think I liked it because it was smaller, and I had small hands. I think that's the only really logical conclusion. Next is the Tamagotchi. Now, this is the thing that hurts, is I never had one. They were, like, in elementary school, they were crazy. Everyone had a Tamagotchi, but I never had one. No matter how many times I asked, I never got one. I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why. It's the kind of thing that I would have had as a kid, but no idea. Etch-a-Sketch? Now, I had an Etch-a-Sketch, and I'm gonna be honest, I hated it. Because I found the idea that, like, you couldn't lift up your pen. I found it so annoying. Like, I never understood why... Like, why can I not just lift up the drawing thing and then continue drawing somewhere else? No, that's not the point. I understand Etch-a-Sketch is like, you know, creativity comes from limitations and whatever, like... But I really hated it. I also thought the controls were really confusing, and I still kind of do. I mess up with them. I never thought they were that fun. This thing, I think is this a Littlest Pet Shop playset? My sister had one of these, and I would play with her with those sometimes, but like I never really got into like the Littlest Pet Shop kind of stuff. Bop It, also didn't really care for. I didn't have one until later. I was probably like 10 when I got my first Bop It, and by then the craze had kind of worn off and I didn't really care anymore, so it was just like Okay, Pogs. I had some Pogs, but I didn't know a single other person that had Pogs. So I just had like this book that was just full of all of these pogs and nobody to like talk to them about. My dad was like the only person that knew anything about them. These Thai bears, or like little plushies, I think they're all right. I had a couple like as a kid, mostly like cats, cause I was obsessed with cats as a child. So I'd get a few here and there, you know, like a Christmas gift, like to sit on top of everything else, just a little cat. I enjoyed them. I do like them. I find them cute. I think that the craze for them, or is it Beanie Babies? I can't talk. I think that's what they're actually called. But it wasn't my thing, really. Like, I didn't hate them, but, you know, I could do without. Easy Bake Oven. Now, I'm gonna put this in Sometimes Enjoy because my sister had one, and we would sit there and just, like, cook the recipes. I don't know, like, I found it fun, you know? It's just, like, one of those things, it's like, you make, like, tiny little cookies, you know? Like, letting kids, like, kind of cook their own food, even if it's, like, something really stupid like that, is just such a fun, like, it was a distraction, you know? It's like, oh, let's get out the Easy Bake Oven today. It was, like, completely gross and disgusting. We would just eat out of it. So funny. Digimon, never had it, never got involved with Digimon at all. I don't know what these cards are. It's also, I guess I don't want to be wrong. I don't know if it's magic or what it is, but I never had that. Rock'em Sock'em Robots, I had them, you know, like I had a set and I play it with my sister again, but like, it wasn't my thing. Like, they're just kind of whatever kind of toy, I guess. It's something you get out like every once in a while. Same as like board games, you know, it's like not like a big deal kind of thing. It's like, oh, I love playing Monopoly all the time. It's like one of the things every once in a while. I actually have no idea what that is. Lisa Franz? No clue. Scoot. Now, every kid I knew had a scooter. I didn't have a scooter for years. I asked for one every year. Can I get a scooter? Can I get a scooter? Can I get a scooter? Please. One year, I was like probably 9 or 10. I got an electric scooter, and everybody thought I was the coolest kid in the entire world. Like, boom, electric scooter. Like, you are the kid if you have an electric scooter. And then next up, I see we got the scooters for gym class. I loved these things. I don't care how many kids broke their fingers, how many kids that I ran over, ran into, made cry. They were the coolest thing. It was so fun. Like, this is a fun story. In high school, we had to, like, invent a game. And everyone made, like, you know, boring games. Like, it was like, oh, run around with the ball, shoot the basketball into the, it's like basic stuff. Me and a friend of mine, we made a game, and you played it on scooters, and there was 3 teams. It was the craziest stuff, and everyone in our gym class was like, you know, one of those kids is like, I like American football and I don't like anything else. So they kind of didn't enjoy it, because they didn't even try to play it. Yeah, they're all dickheads, whatever. It was a fun game. It was cool. It was really cool. Yeah, and just those scooters in elementary school, everything, like, you know, in high school even, like, you walk in the gym and, like, they're sitting there. It's like, what the hell? I got a 7-minute passing time or, like, a 15-minute free period. Like, I'm just gonna get on the scooter and go around the gym. Why the hell not? And they're so fun. Like, one of those things, you know? It's just, like, love them. I don't... know what this is. Is this like a one of those things where you press the button and like try to shoot the ring onto the hoop or whatever? I'm just gonna say I never had it, because I mean I did have a couple of them, but like not wasn't really a toy that I played with that often. It's the kind of thing that like sits in the car and you're like so bored out of your mind. Like you look out the window and the running guy jumping over the telephone poles and stuff went away for the day, so you got to figure out something else to do. Okay, so we got the iPod. Now, I think I had like an iPod Nano or like iPod Mini. I don't remember what it was called. It was like this the square one that was like entirely the screen with the clip. I never used it. Like, granted, if I wanted to listen to music, I plugged my Sonic earbuds into my Nintendo DSi and like played Mario and just listened to the music. I was that kind of kid. But other than that, I just listened to like my parents' music, like on the radio or whatever. I wasn't like a big music kid, I guess. It's like I didn't even really think about it. So sometimes enjoy it. You know, like I like iPods. I think they're cool. I thought the iPod was cool, like for technology, but like I never really used it that much. Yeah, it was just one of those things. It's like not super into it. These are just bracelets. I don't know if they're like a particular type of bracelets, like if they're just like rubber bracelets. I don't know. I had some, I guess. I didn't really thought about it that much. A flip phone. My first phone was a flip phone, and it was awesome. But it wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't call anyone when I was like a child, or I was like 7, 8, 9. Like I never called anyone, so it was just like, why did I need it? Just for emergencies, but like nothing else. I played my DS, you know, like I didn't really call, or I didn't play games on the phone either. Like I had my DS. That was all I needed. I had a DS. Later, I had a 3DS. It was all I needed in terms of that. Like, that's everything. Now, we're getting to some video games here, which is, you know, kind of my thing. PlayStation 1. Now, this is, I think this image is the PS1. I didn't have the PS1, but I had the original PlayStation from my uncle. And I loved it. It's actually like 5 feet away from me right now. I look over and I can see it. I only had Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and like a Tetris game for it. And like as a little kid, and I've been building up my collection ever since. Now, I mean, my collection isn't huge for PlayStation, but like I have every Crash game, every Spyro game. I have the GTA, Tomb Raider, you know, like the main like classic PlayStation stuff that you would expect. And I loved it. I don't know, something about like the graphics was just so charming to me as a kid, and I loved Crash Bandicoot. Like absolutely loved it. I remember when the N. Sane trilogy came out, like I had to have it. Like it was one of the few games that I have bought like day one. Especially at that age. I was not a big day one person. That might have been like the first game that I got day one. Other than like, I guess, of course this was before, but like later on I got like, or maybe, no, I think the Switch might have been out before, but like I got the Switch day one because the Switch came out on my birthday. And then like a few, like some later Nintendo games I got day one. I got like Mario Wonder, I got day one. Thousand Year Door remake I got day one. Brothership I got day one. And then I got the Switch 2 day one because like I went and I waited in line outside of Best Buy. That was fun. I enjoyed that. It still doesn't really have any games and they're making terrible decisions, but you know, whatever. I got Mario Kart. That's fun. It really needs games though. Like it really, really desperately needs games. Um anyway, PlayStation 2, never had it. I had the PlayStation 1 and then I had the PlayStation 3. I missed out on like probably the best generation of PlayStation. Best selling, I think, actually. I don't know if the PS4 and 5 have sold better over time, probably, but like never had a PS2. I mean, like my dad did in the basement, but like I never hooked it up. I think we were missing a wire for it, honestly. It was cool. It was cool. Just like I knew a couple people that had one, but like I never had one myself. Xbox 360, peak. I had I think it was called Connectimals. And it was this game where like you raise the animals physically, like you pet them or whatever. I really enjoyed it. Like I really thought that was cool. It's one of those things where it's like the gimmick is just like so amazing to actually like see it working that it is really cool. But yeah, I guess I don't have all that much to say about it, you know? Like the Xbox 360, it was just really cool. Like Kinect Adventures, Connectimals, just like all the gimmick games I thought were really cool. The only other thing I think I had like Modern Warfare 2, and then later on I got Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 for it. And that's how I played those games originally, just because, you know, it was fun. These things, are these Lego Connects? Is that actually what they are? I don't really remember if that's exactly what these are. But regardless, I loved them. I would build the most insane, elaborate stuff as a kid, stuff that I couldn't even do now. You know, like I don't think that I could build the stuff that I engineered back when I was like 7. The most insane stuff I would build, but it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. I also had like the Super Mario sets that were those, and they were really cool too. That was before Lego Mario, like official, the team up or whatever between those two. I don't think it was official. It was like Mega Bloks or like Connects or something. I don't remember what the brand was, but they're really cool. Next up is the Wii. I love the Wii, honestly. I played a lot of games on the Wii at my mom's house, especially. Like, Mario Sports Mix was a big one for me, mainly because the soundtrack. Like, I don't know why, but that game's soundtrack just hits so hard. I might actually use that soundtrack for this video, because it is so good. Mario Galaxy was the first game that I ever beat by myself, like, completely played through on my own. So that was a big thing. New Super Mario Bros. Wii was a huge game for me. I loved playing it with my family and everything. First 2D multiplayer Mario game, like multiple people on screen at once. Really cool. The Wii is just generally like a really good console. It has a lot of shovelware, but like even so, it was just a lot of really good games came out on that. Now, Xbox, I never had an original. I had a 360. I don't know if that's going to be on here. It might be a little too late for them to call it like 2000s tier list. I don't remember the exact year that the 360 came out, but I wasn't an Xbox kid till the 360. This thing, never had. I don't know if that's like the phone thing that like they use in like the generic girl slumber party video, or like videos, like movies and stuff. I have no idea. GameCube, it needs to go. Hello? There we go. I guess I'm not really ranking these top, but I have to put this in the very beginning. GameCube is like hands down my favorite Nintendo generation ever. Mainly because as a kid, I loved the game. I loved the controller. I loved the games. I would always go over to friends' houses and like see what games they had. Play like Melee and stuff with them. Oh, GameCube was so good. Mario Sunshine, like actually legendary game for me. Like the amount of like content in that game, and I don't just mean like content as in like story wise. I mean like glitches that you can do, like freaky out of bounds, like unused shit, like that Goomba thing underneath the carousel. I like studied that game. Like if I'm not even like super good at it. I just know like insane stupid stuff about it. I think the beta, I think it was a Beta 64 video. I love Beta 64. Beta 64 made a video on that game. Like one of my favorite YouTube videos that I've ever watched. The amount of like amazing unused content in that game is so cool. The way that they were able to like piece together a lot of the old areas using the height maps of the goo is also like just, it's such a story, you know, like that alone makes the GameCube like top. But like then there was Luigi's Mansion, you know, like it had such amazing games. Luigi's Mansion, Double Dash, like probably my favorite Mario Kart game. Double Dash is also amazing, and it just has a bunch of like crazy, like, I mean obviously it didn't have a lot of skips at first, but like over time found a bunch more skips. The physics are so fun. It was like the first like mastered Mario Kart game where they really figured out what they were doing. I find the models really charming, the animations, the UI, the carts, everything. I love that game so much. GameCube is like peak Nintendo era. Even if it didn't sell super well, it had some of the best games. And then there was this robot dog that I never had. I saw it everywhere, but I never had one. DS, again. For me, it's DS and GameCube all the way. Like DS, Mario Kart DS, the original New Super Mario Bros, Super Mario 64 DS, the whole Waluigi thing, talking to your friends like in elementary school, you know, you're just like, oh, you're unlocking Waluigi, unlocking Luigi in the original Mario 64. We'll get to that. Just like, oh, it was so good, so amazing. Like, it's just such a perfect like console, I guess. I don't like, it was just so good. The DSi, especially Flipnote Studio, like got so many people into art and animation, including myself. Like just crazy stuff. It's so good. N64, I guess I also gotta put it in love. Like for me, I think it was like my 7th or 8th birthday, my uncle gave me his Nintendo 64 and like a bunch of his games. Mario Kart 64, was never a huge fan of it. I don't like the physics that much in that game. But the music, it was still a really good game. Played it quite a decent amount. Mario 64 though. That game to me, probably one of my favorite games of all time. It's gone to be it's been my favorite at times. Something about Mario 64 is so captivating to me that like such an amazing game. The whole story with Luigi and like finding him years later, that's a whole nother thing, you know, like that was just another insane thing that happened. But like just how good that game is by itself makes the N64 worth. Like I would buy a whole nother Nintendo 64 just to play Mario 64. And looking to my right, boom, my Nintendo 64 is right there. That's the 3 consoles that I brought to me with college: the GameCube, PlayStation 1, and the N64, and portables, of course. I guess the Switch might count as a home console. I don't know. But I mean, beyond that, you got Glover. There's Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Banjo-Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day. Basically anything Rareware, honestly, was amazing. Just so many amazing games for the Nintendo 64, sorry. And its library was relatively small, honestly. Like collecting the entire game or Nintendo 64 library is something that quite a few people actually do. But it's such a cool console. This is like a disc player. I never had one. Oops. And now we're back to some, you know, older stuff. I had one of those things, these like lights that like light up at the ends. I thought they were kind of cool, but like I didn't. Great, didn't have one of these. Seen them everywhere though. Slap wristbands. I thought they were really cool. I like putting them around my ankles more. I don't know why, but like in summer you have like one around your ankle. I thought they were cool. Don't know what that is. Okay, here we go. I Spy. I hate I Spy books. I hated them. I don't know why. But like something about scanning over the page and like finding just like one thing. It was like friggin' Where's Wally? Like the Where's Wally books that my grandma gave me. Stupid fucking book. You open it and it's just a billion people there. It's like, okay, so I'm supposed to find this guy. Why? Why do I want to do that? It's like, oh, you're gonna find all these, you know, like funny little pictures of people. You know, it's cute, it's fun, it wastes your time. It's like, no. I'd rather do something. I'd rather draw. I'd rather look at a blank wall and just imagine Wally on there. You know, like it wasn't for me. Cartoon Network. Now, like, what era? Because I'm obviously 2000s, like, but I'm just thinking like what was around, you know, Powerpuff Girls. There was I don't know why I'm blanking all of a sudden. I watch Cartoon Network all the time. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Codename Kids Next Door. Okay, yep. A bunch of shows that I really liked. I would put really like. It was one of those, it was just like always on the TV, you know. It was always Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon. It was just always on the TV. This is Disney Channel. I pretty much never watched Disney Channel, to be honest. And that's mainly because I never liked live action shows. I still prefer animation to this day. I prefer animated shows much over live action. I do enjoy live action now. I think that there's a lot of good live action content, but I think animation is more my interest. I guess I can't say I never had it. It was on the TV. I'm gonna say I didn't care for it. Disney Channel, did Disney Channel have Phineas and Ferb? I think they did. And they had DuckTales, Mickey Mouse. I gotta put it Sometimes Enjoy. Sometimes Enjoy probably is appropriate because they had some shows on there I didn't like and some shows I did. Sometimes Enjoy is probably more accurate. Nickelodeon. Now, my issue is I feel like I can't rate Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network better because I feel I watched them equally. I never really thought about what channel stuff was on. You know, like Ren and Stimpy, Rocko's Modern Life. Quite a few of those like slightly older shows I really loved. SpongeBob, obviously, just a classic kids show, you know, like how could you not grow up with SpongeBob? Modern SpongeBob, but like old SpongeBob, perfect. Fairly Odd Parents, I loved. And then there was, I think, Hey Arnold. I hated it. I don't know why. Some show, it was really hit or miss, I guess, for me with Nickelodeon. Some stuff I really liked, some stuff I really didn't. I don't remember. Is Courage the Cowardly Dog Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network? I feel like it's Nickelodeon, but I guess I can't say for sure. I loved Courage the Cowardly Dog. That was like one of the big shows for me. And I just saw what was next. PBS Kids. Dude, there is never an experience the same as waking up on Saturday morning and Sunday morning to watch like Wild Kratts and Arthur. Like, you know, like Wild Kratts, Arthur. Like, I didn't like all the shows, but the ones that I did like were amazing. So I gotta put that in love just because like at my dad's house we didn't have cable television. We didn't have Cartoon Network, didn't have Nickelodeon. It was a lot of just like antenna, you know, like just whatever they give you. So PBS Kids was like my savior then. It was I watch PBS Kids in the morning and I eat my cereal or whatever. I go downstairs, I like play Sunshine or, you know, like Mario 1, 2, 3 on the NES. I just like pick random games to play. I'd read a book and then go outside and my day would be over. It was like classic childhood days. With PBS Kids. At my mom's house, never watched PBS Kids because I had Cartoon Network and stuff, you know, like a lot of those old shows I watched like on VHS tape, like especially Ren and Stimpy. We had a bunch of the Ren and Stimpy VHS tapes that I loved, like the old orange tapes. It was great. Actually, I have no idea what these things are. Maybe if I saw it closer up, I'd remember. Okay. How is this so personal? Did everybody eat the Scooby-Doo gummies? Is this something that everybody did? Is it like a shared childhood memory? Sometimes enjoy, you know, like they were hit or miss. But like the Scooby-Doo gummies, they were such a classic, you know, like the Scooby one tasted like chalk. That was so good. I don't know, like something about that. I don't know, that's fun. I like that. I can't believe that's on here, honestly. Baby Bottle Pop. I didn't care for it, honestly. I hated the commercials, first of all. And then I tried it once and I was like, it's okay. Okay, next up. I think this is a Scholastic Book Fair. Now, dude, Scholastic Book Fairs went crazy in my school. Like, the whole gym was set up with books everywhere. It was just like, that's how I got most of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. The Minecraft, like, handbooks I got from the Scholastic Fairs. All the kids that would buy, like, the book with the Lego pieces in it. You know, like, if you got the cool book, you were, like, the coolest kid. Everyone carried around the books that they bought at school. Dude, such a good, like... The book fairs were awesome. Because it was such a good way to, like, introduce books to kids, too. It was, like... Obviously, you know, you walk into the library, you got, like, Junie B. Jones and, like, Captain Underpants. But, like, this is, like, you see the new stuff here. Like, you walk in there, it's like, this is Captain Underpants and the Return of Tippy Trinkle Trousers. And you will buy it. Like, this is Diary of a Wimpy Kid, book 9, The Long Haul, you know? It's like, just, you walk in there, it's like, this is the book that I need to get. You got, like, the Lego Ninjago books with the keychains of, like, the characters on them. Just crazy stuff. Like, oh, it was so good. They were just fun, you know? Like, such a fun thing. Next up, we have the alligator game. Never had that, honestly. Like, I know quite a few people that actually did have that, but I never had it myself. Next up, we got the TV that you wheel into the classroom. It was such a vibe, you know? Like, the teacher, like, they go out in the hallway. You have no idea where they're going. They wheel in this gigantic cart with a huge flat screen TV on it. Or, like, I mean, even, I think we had a CRT. No, because we had one CRT and one flat screen in elementary school. Because there was the flat screen was in the library usually, and then it was the CRT that got wheeled into the classrooms. There was either like a DVD player or a VHS player hooked up, or a VCR, I should say, hooked up to it. Oh, that was such a fun thing. It was just so cool, you know, because it was like, you knew, like, you were like the lucky class then, because it was like, you know, every other kid, you know, like, other classrooms, they're doing their math on the board, they're learning cursive, writing in their books. We're watching, like, I'm sure it's not lost media, but like, we watched insane movies on those. Like, there was this book about these kids that, like, I don't know if they got sucked into a book or they were like in like some old library or something, but like, I would pay a lot of money to find that movie again, because so nostalgic. But like, just crazy old stuff, you know? Like, they pull out this DVD case and it's like cracked and the disc is scratched up and it like skips a little bit in the middle, and you're just like enjoying it, you know? Like, you're a little kid, you're eating some pretzels and candy corn while you're watching this like stupid movie. Okay, Space Pinball on my grandma's computer, you know, pretty cool. That was fun. These things, are these balloons? I feel like I recognize these in particular, but are they just big balloons? Are they like wristbands? I don't know. Altoids. Now, I really liked Altoids, but like our tins didn't look like this. Like, you know, it was fine. As a kid, I'd eat some Altoids every once in a while, but our tins, again, did not look anything like that. Skittles, I loved Skittles. I not love, you know, really like, goes in really like. I have these vivid memories of playing Uncharted on the PS3 while shoving Skittles down my mouth. And then baking fried chicken in the oven that we got from the Schwann's van, and then eating it with honey. Like, I don't know why that's so particular, but I just such a vibe, you know? Like, I should just do that. I should just recreate that. Start playing Uncharted 3, eating chicken with honey and Skittles. Amazing. You know, one time I dumped out Skittles on the counter and accidentally ate one of my grandma's pills with a Skittle. I don't know how I did that. Tasted really bad. Nah, it was okay. Next up, I don't know what this purple goop is. I'm sure I'd recognize it if I saw it, but it looks like they put it on these French fries. So, personally did not eat my French fries with purple goop. Now this, I believe that this is showing off baggy jeans that are soaking wet. Now, I'm really nostalgic for it, but like I hated it, you know? Like the feeling of my ankles getting like strangely wet from the jeans was really like uncomfortable for me. First of all, because I hated jeans. I hated the feeling of jeans on my legs. But also just the feeling of wet to jeans on my legs was like that, but worse. It's really nostalgic. Like I have super crazy memories because it was like all the time. You know, jeans get soaked all the time when they're baggy like that. But I don't know. It's just like I hated it, but it was such a vibe. It's like such a big deal. Stars on the ceiling. They're okay. I had them at one house that I lived in with my dad. I had these stars in the ceiling. I thought they were cool, but like I was a really rough sleeper as a kid. Like I had nightmares a lot. Like I never slept well. And these glow like just such an amount that it's like an uncomfortable amount of light. Like, you know, you have a nightlight and you can like see dimly in the whole room. The shadows it casts are not pleasant, but these things were just like it was like an ominous glow to me almost that just made it slightly uncomfortable. Now, iMac G3, the thing, I love the design, and they had one at our school in middle school. We had one and it turned on and it worked. I offered to buy it and he said no. I was mad. I love the design. The UI is so fun. Never had one. Never really interacted with one, honestly. Like, it's probably going to be something that I would like to get later because I think they're so cool. Here we go with Flintstones gummies. Never. I don't think I've ever eaten a Flintstone gummy. I don't know what this is. Man, it sucked. Like, I never had wheelies, but I loved them, you know? Like, I guess I gotta say I never had them. Because I never owned a pair. I thought they were awesome. I thought kids that had them were the coolest kid ever. But, like, never had them myself. Is this just a library? No, it's Blockbuster! Oh my god, okay. So, with my dad, dude, okay. Going with my dad to Blockbuster to find, like, movies was such an experience. Like, we'd find the most bad shit, insane, like, live-action B-movies that you could imagine. Go home and watch it. So fucking funny. Like, it wasn't even, like, it wasn't even like a big deal to like it didn't seem cool back then. I remember when Blockbuster shut down, I was like, well, that's okay. Now I'm really upset about it, but like obviously, I mean, it has to happen with streaming and everything, but like Blockbuster was so cool. Such a cool place. Also like different video stores, even like just different places. It was such a fun thing. I specifically remember my parent, I was very, very little, but like when VHS tapes were like mostly going out of fashion in terms of or like in favor of DVDs, my parents bought like an entire store worth of VHS tapes of random shows, movies and stuff. So we just had like this infinite collection of VHS tapes of stuff that we never watched. Like you're bored one night, well, let's grab a random tape off the shelf and just watch this movie. It's such a, you know, it's such a cool thing, I guess. I don't know, it's such a random little thing. Never had soccer bumpers or whatever these are. Probably knew someone who did, but never had them myself. Never had a Pokédex. I didn't have a lot of like Pokemon merchandise, like plastic toys. It was mostly just plushes. Still is just plushes for me, really. Bagel Bites, sometimes enjoy. And they were good. School lunch, sometimes enjoy. The school lunches could range from being really good to like some of the worst shit you've ever eaten in your life. I think these are just mozzarella sticks. I love mozzarella sticks. They're really good. The Cool Math Games has to go up there. Like in typing class, you know, it's just like pull out Cool Math Games. The teacher's like, oh well, it doesn't look like math to me. It was Cool Math Games. It's called Cool Math Games. I'm playing Run 3. What are you gonna do about it? I'm playing Run 3. Boom. I don't know. It's such a good thing. I love Cool Math Games. Like, I haven't been to the website in a long while. I really would like to go to it. It'd be really fun. Kid Cuisine. I don't know. I didn't really care for them. You know, like I had it a couple times, and the couple times that I did have it, it's not terrible, but like it's not my thing. I prefer Lunchables. I didn't really like the microwave kid food, really. Wasn't my thing. These plates, they were fine. Like the animal plates. Yeah, they're fun. Water guns, I really liked water guns. Especially like at my grandparents' house when I hang out with all my cousins. You know, you run outside filling up with the hose, just spraying each other. It was a really fun thing. These popsicles. I actually didn't care for these popsicles for a long time. As a kid, I played baseball, and they would always hand them out like after games. Just never liked them. Only until later, I started eating them, and I only like the orange ones. Only the orange ones. I don't know why, but it's just they were cool, you know. They're interesting, and like I remember them as a childhood thing. I just never really liked them that much. Beyblades, fine. I usually just played with like my friends' Beyblades. Like I didn't have many of my own until later, so it's just like, eh. And we got Bug Juice. Okay, Bug Juice was amazing, but like I only liked one flavor. I was that kind of kid that like only liked like the orange and the green. I don't know why, but like it's just oranges and like green apple and lime and lemon stuff. I really like citrus stuff. I really like. Apple is all right, I guess. I don't think. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like it's really picky, but like the good ones are amazing. This thing, honestly, I don't recognize it. It's probably like a step tracker or something. That was what my DS was for. Holy shit! This is the freaking. Remember earlier when I was talking about the PS3 and the chicken, the Schwan's man? This is the ice cream that the Schwan's man would bring. This has to go top tier. It's like the best ice cream that there is. I don't know why it's so good. I don't know how it's so good, but like, just the Dixie cups were the best. I never used those wooden spoon things. I always just used the actual regular spoon. But really, really good ice cream. This one here, I don't, is this just like taking notes in a notebook? Or like, what is this specifically? Because like, there's a McDonald's logo on here, but I don't really, I'm just gonna put it never had. I don't understand what it is, so I'm just not, these things, I didn't care for them because a bunch of people in my class would always make them, and they would just write die in every single one. So it'd be like, oh, what's your fortune? Is this like, you will die in 5 minutes. It's just every single one of them. Dumbest crap. PSP, never had one. I knew a couple kids that did, but like, never had one myself. I do have one now, but never before. These things, I'm gonna put it in some, it was like one of these, okay, so this is one of those things I feel like I have to explain. They're rubber, and they're full of like water and goop and slime and stars and little figures, and you stick your hand in it, I think, and like it rolls and it can just go to the other side. The strange thing, like, they were fun as a kid, but like looking back, it's just a fleshlight. Like, it's just a fleshlight. It's kind of gross, actually, but as a kid, it was fun. You know, you just like wrap your whole arm around, like you put your arm inside of it. I mean, it was like, they were always cold too, but they were fun. Hot Wheels, really like. I didn't have a ton of Hot Wheels as a kid, but like the ones that I did have were really cool. I had like this wall mounting Hot Wheel track, that was really cool. And I had a couple fun tracks, you know, but like, I enjoyed building stuff myself, you know, like, I liked making my own sort of tracks that just like went like down the stairs and around the house. I thought that those were really fun. This robot dog, never had it. Wonder Ball. Oh, that's like those chocolate eggs with toys. My mom would never buy those for me because she said that they were junk. Which they were. I'm glad that she never did, because I just got like an actual toy. Goosebumps books. I thought they were alright. There was quite a few Goosebumps books that I really didn't like, because I just thought that they were boring. Like, I guess I don't know how to really describe it even. Like, I would start reading it and I'd be like, sucks. Like, specifically book 1. Like, literally, like, the first ever Goosebumps book, Night of the Living Dummy. That sucked. I hate that story. It's so boring. I don't even remember it really. But like, there's Scarecrow Walks at Midnight was really good. There was one about that like monster slime that like ate people that I really liked. There was one where it's like you take a picture with a camera or something like that. I don't remember exactly what happened in that story, but that one was really good too. Yeah, I liked Goosebumps quite a lot. It's not on the list, but Magic Treehouse is also like another one of those book series for me that was just huge, because there were so many Magic Treehouse books that it's like, if you want to start from the beginning, it's like you have to. I never had book 1. I had book 2, which is like Night of the Night or something. I don't know. It was like they were in a castle or something. That book is like 60 pages long. For some, the early Magic Treehouse books were super short. But I had this one, oh my goodness, it was, I had 2 that I really liked in particular. It was a Houdini one, where they met Houdini, I guess. That I loved that book. It was like one of my favorite Magic Treehouse books. And then there was one that was like, you know, like Ghost of Christmas Past. I don't remember the name of that story, but like the one with Scrooge, Ebenezer Scrooge. I really liked that one. On top of that, Boxcar Children, was a really good book series. Um, Boxcar Children was one of those things that we read in class, and then like you were just kind of like left, and then the library had like book 1 through 10, and then like 65. So it's like how it becomes like a mystery solving series, I think. I don't remember exactly. It's like homeless kids that live in a boxcar, which is really interesting. And then it turned into like they're solving mysteries, which I mean, whatever works. The books were still pretty good, but like the original Boxcar Children in particular, I thought was really great. These pens, I actually, you know what? No, I hated these pens. I liked having individual pens with different colors. I hated the giant thick ones because I couldn't hold them properly. They were fine, but like, really? Do you actually like those? I don't know. This next one is McDonald's. I don't know if it's like McDonald's food. It looks like it's just toys. These like little video game toys. I'm just gonna put it in really like, because like I did really like McDonald's food and McDonald's toys, but like I don't know what that is in particular. But yeah, I guess really like it's just one of those. It's like really nostalgic. Like you're after school, you know, you're like, oh, we're going somewhere today. It's like, oh, can we go to McDonald's? It's like, yeah, sure, get a Happy Meal, see what's up. I remember always that there was like girl toys and boy toys for some reason, that were like separate from each other. I just picked the one that I liked. Like I never understood that it was like, well, only the boys can have the Hot Wheel and only the girls can have the Hello Kitty. It's like, screw you. I like Hello Kitty. I want the Hello Kitty. But yeah, I don't know. It's fun. McDonald's, it's what the play places too were really fun. The shit stain down the slide was really cool. Classic childhood experience. If you've never gotten stabbed by a needle in the ball pit, then you don't know what's up. Okay, this robot, I really liked this robot as a kid. I had one, my dad gave it to me. I don't even remember where he got it from, but it had this stupid complicated remote, and the controls were so dumb. But I just remember that you turn it on, and it goes like, oh. And then every time it like ran into something, because it had buttons on its toes that like if it walked into a wall, it would just go, ouch. And I thought that was really fun. I enjoyed that robot. It was fun. I found its red eyes a little bit scary, but other than that, I liked it. It was fun. Climbing trees. I really liked it. Like I didn't go out and climb trees every day. Like, you know, you go to the park, climb a tree, one of those things. It's really fun. I don't know why I keep saying it's one of those things. I think I'm like kind of out of it. It's 2:13 in the morning, by the way. Climbing trees was really fun. Usually I did it with my sister. I didn't really climb trees by myself. Next up is, I think this is paint. I had paint, I guess. I never had that in particular. I don't know what those are, honestly. No clue. Bubble jug. That's like the gum. That is like the powder, correct? That's what it looks like on there. I never had that. I had like bubble tape. Like where you'd open it and then like cut off the piece. I'm gonna put this in It's Fine. Because like, I enjoyed the bubble tape, but I'm the kind of person that just shoves the whole thing of gum in my mouth at once. So if I had that like bubble jug, like the powder or whatever, it would have been gone. This is, I can't read it sideways. Hubba Bubba, really good brand of gum. What's this brand that's behind me? No, the brand of gum that's behind me is Bubble Yum. Hubba Bubba, or whatever it is. Yeah, Hubba Bubba. They had this one that I really liked. It was like strawberry kiwi. I think it was, or maybe it was like watermelon strawberry or something like that. Because I did really like watermelon gum. But just gotta go and sometimes enjoy, because like gum for me was like it'd be gone. So you'd get a pack and it was just gone. Push pops, they're fine. I didn't hate them, but I didn't like them either. It was just like I would get one every once in a while and I'd eat it, and I wouldn't even eat the whole thing. Like I'd get like probably halfway done with it, put the cap back on, and then open it and be like, ew, it's covered in my saliva, I don't want it. So I wouldn't eat it. And there we go. That's everything. Got quite a lot of stuff in the never had category, which is kind of what I was expecting. The 2000s and like 2010s and even like the late 90s has like such a strange thing to it. Like there were so many different things that you could be into. Like right now I'm trying to think of like toys that everyone had, like with the last like toy craze. The last craze I can think of was like Hatchimals. Hatchimals was a big craze. That was probably a long time ago now, because that was before COVID. Yeah, that would have been, yeah, wow. But back then there were so many different things. Now it's like PS5, iPhone, Nintendo Switch. Like everyone's kind of locked on the same stuff. I'm curious to see in like 10 years, 20 years, what a 2020 tier list of like nostalgia stuff would look like. Because I feel like it'd be a lot more sad than this. Like, I feel like there'd be a lot less like character to it, you know? It's like all the rainbow, the crazy colors and everything. Even like a 2010s tier list would be interesting to do, because obviously I'm closer to the 2010s than I am to the 2000s. But again, I grew up with some older stuff. A 2010s would be interesting, because that's like DS, Wii U, PlayStation 3, is it 360, I think, yeah. I guess even the Switch is 2010s, but it's like really late 2010s. But yeah, that's that. Special big thank you to my patrons. You guys are awesome. Keep me inspired to do this all the time. Subscribe, you know, it's a very cool thing to do. Like the video, commenting really helps, you know, like tell me like, you know, your nostalgia stuff. Thank you if you made it this far in the video. I had a lot of fun doing this. This was interesting to talk about. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye bye.